You want your husband to respect you, consider you as somebody who is really important. But no matter whatever you have tried, the respect for you is just going down. And probably you have come to a point where you want to give up and say, men are always like this. They never respect people, they never respect their wives. If you are at this juncture, then hold on. I'm going to talk about the 5 tips that can really bring about respect back into your marriage. One of the most common complaints that I've heard from my clients is that my husband used to respect me a lot. There was a time where I was the center of attention, but now I don't know where I fit in. I don't know whether I am important. If you are feeling like this, then let's understand the 5 important fundamental things that can really help you to change your mind about respect, about why your husband is not giving you respect, and ultimately help you to get back what you are really longing for. The first thing that you need to understand is this is not permanent, provided that you make that choice. Every relationship has to go through a phase which is really loving, caring, respecting, and then comes a phase or stage where we don't feel like respecting the other person, or the other way around at times where we don't feel respected and we say, if he is not going to respect me, then why should I? Now what I want you to do is pause this video and write in the comments, when did you get into this phase? When did you get into this stage? Was it after 5 months of the marriage, 7 months of the marriage? Was it after a year or year and a half? Just write in the comments and then you can continue with the video. So good, you have written it in the comments. Let's continue. Every marriage has to go through these phases, but unfortunately nobody has taught us this, and that's the reason probably about 90% of the marriages get stuck at this phase, because both of them are focusing on each other rather than where they are at this moment. Both of them are focusing on each other. So they are into an argument of, you're not giving respect to me, whereas I am giving you respect. And the other person says the same. And because you don't give me respect, I'm not going to give you as well. And they are fighting against each other and they're going in circle at the same place. Are you doing the same? What you need to do is consider that you are at a phase and you got to make that conscious decision to get out of this stage. And the only way to get out of this stage is by giving what you expect. And the second thing is, you got to give consistently. And that's not easy. But if you can do it, and when you do it, then there is a transformation. Then you will move into a phase of respect and love. And at that stage, your husband automatically start respecting you. You don't have to tell him, you don't have to convince him, he'll automatically start respecting you. So focus on, not on your husband, but on the stage. Focus on not changing your spouse, but moving to a phase where there is love, understanding, and respect. The second tip, give respect even when you don't feel like giving. Let's say your spouse starts correcting you, and at this moment he probably is correcting you in front of everybody else, and you're really upset. And the immediate reaction that we human beings have is to give what we receive. If somebody gives us a smile, it is very difficult to frown at them. If somebody frowns at us, it is very difficult to smile at them. So when your spouse is insulting you or says something that is rude, the immediate reaction is to give back. But understand this simple fact. You cannot grow a mango tree by planting a neem seed. If you want a mango tree, then you got to plant mango seeds. The same with respect. If he is insulting you and you insult him back, what you are doing is you are planting a seed of insult and hoping and expecting that somehow respect will grow on that tree. It won't. Does it mean that you got to keep quiet? Now, that is the biggest mistake you can ever make. When your spouse is insulting you, you keep quiet. I'm not saying you got to keep quiet. Please don't keep quiet. But tell him in a way that is not disrespectful. This is one of the skills that my clients learn. And if you are interested in learning this skill, I invite you to attend one of my webinars, a webinar called Bring Back Love, Bring Back Magic within 90 days. So if you're interested, the link you got to go to, it's a very easy link, that is coachval.co. Coachval, C-O-A-C-H, val, V-A-L.co. Go there and register for this webinar. I would be thrilled to have you there to teaching you some of the most amazing things that have transformed our marriage. So, coming back to the video, what do you need to do? You got to tell him in a way that is respectful. So ask yourself, what is a respectful way of telling him that you are hurt by his insult? And do that. And when you attend the webinar, I'm going to teach you more skills. The third thing, understand that the smallest thing have the greatest impact. So you could be telling me that I don't disrespect my partner or I don't insult him in public. But I want you to take a step back and ask yourself, is it really true? Let's look at, as I said, small things. Let's say your partner is doing something and he's not getting it right. Let's say he's carrying something, or you have asked him to get something and he has got something else of the same type. Let's say you have asked him to get milk which doesn't have fat, and he has got milk with fat. And you say, "Arey yaar." Then you continue. Now those two words, what are they saying? Are they respectful? It is not that you shouldn't correct your partner, but how are you saying it? The other one is, how many times have I told you this? You never understand. You always do this. I want you to take a pause and write in the comments, be really genuine, because it takes guts. It really takes guts to introspect, to look inside. So I want you to stop for a moment and write in the comments, what are the dialogues that you commonly use? Are there the dialogues, they start something like, how many times have I told you? You never understand. You always do this. Arey yaar, utna bhi samajh mein nahi aata. What are the dialogues that you use? Write in the comments. So you can pause this video and write in the comments. Good. Let's continue. The question is, where did you learn these? You learned them when you were small. In fact, most of our language, the kind of words we use, the kind of sentences we use, we think that we are using them and they are ours. Actually, they are not ours. They are programmed into a system when we are very young. Probably your mom used to say the same thing to your dad, or probably your dad used to say the same thing to your mom. And that's why you picked it up. And today you are using those sentences without giving a single thought about it. So the tip is, become aware of what are those small ways you are disrespecting your partner, you are disrespecting your husband, and then change the sentences, change the words to say the same thing. You'll see a huge shift. The third point is, don't demand respect, but command. As I was preparing this video, I was thinking about what women are going to tell me about this video and what would be their complaints. And one of the thoughts that ran through my mind is, they're going to say, you need to make a similar video for men so that they will understand that they need to respect their wives. Let's understand one thing. The reason you're watching this video because you want to bring about change. What does it say? It says that you cannot force people to change. If it was possible, you would have done it by yourself. So you can't force people to change unless you are the boss or you are the parent and you have a tiny toddler in the house. Then it's possible. Otherwise, you cannot. The only thing, so let's put it this way. Think about one person that you really respect. Now, I'm talking about in real life, in your personal life. And then ask yourself, has he ever told you to respect him? Has he ever forced you to respect him or her? He has not. What does it say? And still you respect him. So what does it say? It says that by looking at this person, you feel a sense of admiration. In other words, he is commanding respect rather than demanding it. So ask yourself, what can you do personally to be admired by your spouse? What can you do to be admired by your spouse? Give a moment to yourself and think about it. You could be saying to me that everybody respects me. My colleagues respect me, my boss respects me, my subordinates respect me, my neighbors respect me, everybody respects me except my spouse. So all the more, in your relationship, what will you do to command respect? And it's not about, when we're talking about commanding respect, it's not about not being available. It's not about, showing off that you're more important. It's not about any of these things. It's about how connected you feel and how connected your partner feels towards you. So think about what can you do to command respect. So before we go into the last point, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so right away and press that bell icon, because every week I put up a video from my personal experience that can really bring about a shift in your marriage. And you'll be surprised at the end of 2 months or 3 months when you look at your marriage that your marriage has taken a total U-turn. The fifth point is, don't assume but ask. If you have this mindset, and many women and men as well have this mindset, that is, he should understand me. What is there to tell him? He should understand me. What is there to tell him? He's a man, and at least you should have at least that much of sense. What I'm going through and how he needs to respect me, he needs to know that. What is there to tell him? If you have that mindset, then here is an eye opener for you. If you have a child in your house, does that child ever say, my parents should understand that I love Kinder Joy, and every time we go to the supermarket, my dad or mom should buy a Kinder Joy for me? And what kind of parents are they if they don't understand this much? The kid never says that. The kid wants a Kinder Joy. You go to the supermarket. When the kid sees that Kinder Joy, he says, I want it. And depending on your mood, depending on how good he is in asking, you give him or not. So the first thing is, never assume, but ask. Never assume, but ask. Be like a child. The second thing, and the most important thing, is ask after giving. So what's going to happen is, if you're going to ask him directly, just the way you have been doing now or had been doing, it's not going to work out, because people can only give you respect if they are filled with respect in your presence. People can only give you respect provided that they are filled with respect in your presence, if they feel respected by you. So the first thing is, be consistent in respecting your partner in simple things. Words, the way you talk, the tone, make your partner feel respected. Initially, your partner will be skeptical. He's going to say, what's wrong with this lady? She has never been like this. What happened to her? Just ignore that. Just ignore that. After a while, you'll notice that your spouse is looking for ways to be respectful or considerate towards you. At these moments, in a gentle way, tell him that what you really look for. It could be that appreciation. It could be that, he noticing those small things. Tell him that. And when he does give you that appreciation, when he makes you feel respected, make a big deal of it. And I say make a big deal of it is not something like, oh, what happened to you today that you are, appreciating me? Where did the sun rise from? Now that's a different way of making a big deal of it. The making a big deal of him appreciating you is a big broad smile on your face. When he asks you something, when he considers you, there's a big broad smile on your face and you're all there. Do that. So that's all for this video, and in the next video we're going to take up one more topic and help you to take your marriage from being wherever it is right now to a place where there is respect all around, where there's connection all around. So if you found this video helpful, please like the video and don't forget to share it with others. Before I go, one quick question for you. Out of the 5 things that I've shared, what is that one thing that you're going to put into practice consistently? I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.